Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Counter-Strike Confederation's Elite Match Day 3. My name is Aatrax. I'm joined by my good friend MaldingMike. We got Nexus observing and producing tonight, running all the controls behind the scenes. Mike, how you doing this Tuesday? Are you ready for some Elite Counter-Strike?
I am absolutely pumped up, fired up to see some elite gameplay tonight, Aatrax. I have been waiting, fiending, scratching at my neck, waiting for this game tonight.
Our map tonight, we got Gas Xenon Czars versus the Big Slime Gloop Troop. Our map is Inferno. Now, it's important to note, Gas lost this map to DRG 6-13. Big Slime 1-1 in the season. How do you think that's I mean, it was Thursday, so they've got plenty of time to, shake things off, but how do you think that's gonna play in tonight, Mike?
It's an interesting decision to not ban Inferno, but they must be confident in their strategy. It's very important to realize a lot of these teams can have specializations on certain maps, but to go on a pick that you lost so prominently on, definitely an interesting decision at best. My guess would be that they have found their issues and they are ready to tackle them here tonight in the Counter-Strike Confederation arena.
And, I mean, it's important, especially early on in the season, right? You wanna see that improvement, especially if this is a staple map that you want to bring out regularly. And we are going to get into the pistol round here, it looks like. 10 seconds on the clock before we start as we take a quick look at all the buys here. Lots of armor except for on Limit Tester. And Cade also choosing not to buy armor. So interesting. 4 people with armor, 1 person not. It looks like the reason for that, buying some utility. Cade with a smoke and 2 flashes. House running up here on B. That's 5 running up banana. It's going to be a B execute for the Gloop Troop. What can they do? Limit Tester. That's a decent enough nade to soften this attack. My rival taking the first contact, trying to get some through the smoke, but House already onto site. Limit Tester being tested. Unfortunately, cannot get the kill, but my rival is there to trade too. And Manafart as well, trying to get something done, but Star and Cade securing the site and most likely securing the round, although Star and Dr. Doom low. Meatwad and Sinky, what can you do? 2v3 on this retake. No kit available. So we'll have to see. The contact comes out. Meatwad, that's a great trade. Dr. Doom now most likely securing the round here. Sinky, can you get one? Yes, you can. It's a great shot onto Cade, but with no kit, it's unfortunate that it is not available to win the round. Gloop Troop win the pistol, and they go up 1-0.
Absolutely tragic for the Xenon Czars there. That came down to, a 1v1 in the end there, but with no time on the board, it only leaves you wondering what could have happened if just the peak at the right time. And I mean, what a play from my rival. I believe it was my rival who was holding it down there. Maybe it was Meatwad. However, yeah, that was absolutely phenomenal. A phenomenal attempt, no doubt. I've never seen anyone clear a new box like that. It's almost like he knew he was faking out the peak on the opposite side. But here we got a mid push. Presence in alt mid. No one up banana. No one towards B. And this actually could work out for the CT side. But look at this push straight through apps. It's being heard. Limit Tester has the USP in his hand. A beautiful kid to work with. He's got he gets clear. The jump through is clean, and he's going to be shut down. Now a 3v5 eco situation, and your players, your pawns, are not in the right spot to try and win this round here. It's going to be extremely difficult. Meatwad trying to find something out of library. His House watching mid, ready for each peak, manifesting 3 kills just in this round alone. But here's Meatwad. No kid, no hope of a ninja. So begs to ask, what are you doing here? Look at that pre-spray from Cade. Doesn't hit its mark, but Meatwad's going to get found out, and that's going to be the second round of play. Full safe, meaning we might see something a little bit crazy here.
And this is where, if you're the Czars, you just got to shake off the first 2 rounds. You full ecoed the second. You knew that they were going to be force buying because they got the bomb plant and all of that good stuff. So now what can the Czars do You see 4 rifles here, limit tester on an MP9, 3 kits, a decent amount of utility, and the majority of that is going to be dumped on B. Manafart flashed up, but that doesn't matter. Gets 1. It's a great kill onto Pig after the effects of the flashbang wear off. Doesn't matter. Star is going to still get aggressive. That's a great nade onto Manafart, but there's still 2 here. Limit tester trying to take this contact. Waiting for it. Unaware is House. Limit tester gets 1, can't get another. But you wonder, is that just enough? Because look at my rival here all the way up mid. So they are locked into B. Gloop Troop.
They're walking back.
Oh, wow. It's the MAC-10. It's a questionable decision to have the MAC-10 hold that, but you know, in the moment, not entirely sure what happened there. But Dr. Doom now with Star, they're just going to creep up. They know that that player was very far forward, so
oh my God,
it comes down to timing. Dr. Doom not going to get the kill. My rival down to 17 HP, and looks like the Czars fight back, and if they can keep 3 alive here, then that's great economy. All right, well, at least keep 2 alive. At least keep... Oh, okay. 25 seconds. This is definitely possible. Star alone on the bomb site. Sinky, no kit. There were 3 kits on the CTs at the start of this round, so can't pick one up. Gonna be advanced through that smoke. Star with the reload. That is unfortunate. Not expecting the peek through the smoke, and it doesn't matter. Sinky with the defuse. And the Xenon's... Oh! Yeah, you got to defuse that, bud.
Confused on the... exactly what that was. Looks like a little bit of... looks like a little bit of friendly banter in the chat going on. We always love a little bit of that, but I mean, what a round. Star brought it back from the brink. I love that counter strafe crouch. I mean, that's just absolutely beautiful work. But I do have to say, I will say, that should not have happened. Star should not have been allowed to get that far up mid, even get the bomb down. Yeah. That's definitely something Xenon Czars are going to be thinking about, as well as Gloop Troop. You got to shut that down when it comes your way. And here we have a default setup. You got a bunch of players working up mid and jump across P1. Your pretty standard banana aggression, but no bodies to follow it through. They're going to be smoking a little bit up, allowing players to get into those cubbies. And look at that. Meatwad's going to spot out Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom has found the information. He knows one's closed, but no space has been found, and you have 3 players on A. Got to find something soon, and you are waiting on this smoke in banana. Manafart is holding a cross here with limit tester. Smoke is a very interesting situation, but this type of banana hold is really, really good, especially with these SMGs. So now they're creeping up banana. The flash goes out. 2 dormant positions waiting to strike out like a cobra. They strike. Take down 2. Another one comes through. It's Pig. On the Pig. He can't find another. Limit tester showing his zeal, showing his will. Makes it onto the site. A flash to slow down the push as another player, Meatwad, is coming straight out from Fastway. I believe that's what it's called. Something like that. Highway. And now Speedway. There it is.
Yeah. Ooh, they're running A.
My rival's in a great spot here. Absolute off angle, takes down 1. He's ready for the next, a 1v4 situation. He'd have to start with this, and Cade cannot do it. Xenon Czars with a 2nd round in the books, and an absolutely clinical dismantlement of a banana push.
And I also want to throw out, limit tester, I believe, was on the MP7, not the MP9. So pulling out a bit of an unorthodox SMG, if you will. You don't see that one every day.
Now, a little bit off topic, I do have to say, the MP7 meta is coming back. I just want to put that out there. I swear to God it is. I had a Prem game last night. I swear to God. I swear to God, this is real. Okay, 2 guys ran MP7 every round and double pushed everything every round in 20k Premier, and they won. They fucking shit on us every time.
Pig! Farming a kill, farming 2. That's great entries from Pig. in this eco round, or at least what was an eco round, my rival in a little bit of trouble here. The only one on the left on the A site getting overwhelmed. That's Cade to secure the rifle and to secure the bomb site and the bomb plant for the Gloop troop on this eco. They just had pistols and Pig with 2 great entries. And look at that. Xenon Czars already on a save. They call it. They got to save their economy with at least what's left of it, because after that, I mean, only winning 2 CT rounds in a row, your loss bonus is gone, you know?
Loss bonus absolutely tattered, but look at this force out of Manafart. Luckily, he stays alive, and actually, it looks like the CTs are going to have enough money. Arguably so, they could have gone for it if Manafart, didn't force there. However, it is very interesting to note how well they cleared A there, especially on the half buy they were working with. So, I mean, an absolute stellar move out of Gloop Troop, a third round easily obtained, and I mean, it really goes to show a stark contrast of these rounds. Something we're seeing pretty commonly is a back and forth here, which means we might be we might have a good game tonight, Aatrax. We might have an absolute heater on the books here as we head into another standard default.
You are absolutely right. And I mean, that's what we would hope, right? And especially if we're Xenon Czars to recover from your 6-13 loss on Thursday. Limit tester now. They're swinging out, Mike.
Oh, man. And the ammo management falls flat. Pig finds a double entry in a fast B site. This is going to be a hard retake. And with the lurk under Meatwad, it leads you to believe that Dr. Doom can find that kill, but Meatwad escapes by the skin. Sorry, by the skin. But what's the
By the meat of their meat.
By the
I don't know.
Skin of their teeth.
It's a meat.
By the hair of their teat. Not sure
Chinny
exactly
chin
where I was going with that. Hair of their chin. That's it. There it is. Yep. Dr. Doom. It's just. I mean, this is going to be a save. You have to save here. 4v3 to play it safe is the exact move. But after 2 save rounds, you're kind of limping on a bad leg. Moving forward, you have the money, arguably. But you definitely don't have a lot. We're working with a small loss bonus here. And Gloop Troop is ever so fervently pushing the needle in their favor. You know what they say about needles.
Yeah, some people are afraid of them. I think,
That's
right?
exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But regardless, this back and forth here, always rough for the CTs. You see Manafart there on an MP9, but regardless, rival pulling this op out now, trying to see what can they get done. Looks like they're gonna peek down mid and get absolutely nothing done. House just pops them out of the round, and Pig looking to get even more done up towards B. Meatwad will secure that op. So just a bit of a default spread after that initial pick. Smart from Gloop Troop to just slow it down. Know that they have to force the CTs to do something, either go for info or dig really deep in, and then they can get some map control for free. Looks like it will be an A lean and an A hit in the end as Gloop Troop grouping up. Meatwad on that op. Grabbing it over from my rival. We'll have to see now as they come up lane. Meatwad, that's a great kill onto Dr. Doom in the app position. What can they do? Nothing more. House is on a heater against these op players. That's Meatwad and my rival down, courtesy of the op from House. And House is just pushing forward, taking the front on this op. Great work already. The bomb creeping over. That's Cade down. And Limit Tester and Manafart just holding it down. Limit Tester with 3, Manafart with 1. Things were just happening back and forth. What a great crunch from the CTs to shut that T aggression down.
I mean, I loved what I saw there. I saw a CT side playing with confidence. You had a smoke with a huge gap in it, and they tried to work that gap. They tried to figure it out. Gloop Troop And they're throwing down attack timeout now, which is actually not a bad call. You've had so much momentum in these last 2 rounds, and now you're finding yourself getting absolutely stomped by the Xenon Czars squad. So it makes you wonder, Aatrax, what is Gloop Troop doing wrong? Well, I might have the answer for you. As they walked up short there, you noticed it was a 4-man hit through 1 lane on a 3-lane entry site. You had no one in apps, you had no one working up arch, and you were completely stopped by a smoke, constricted by time, and constricted by the opposing force. So,
well, I will go to bat for Gloop Troop. They did have 1 in apps, but they got opt.
true. That is true. I did forget.
So, I agree with you that having that many players up that short lane is rough, especially when you don't know if there are still 3 left. But you know what? It's great to have 3 players up. B. And House already aggressive with that Tech 9. Ooh, wow. Great kill on the Limit Tester. Look at these kills just coming out for the Gloop Troop. You love to see it. And the Xenon Czars, Meatwad, and Sinky, they're just left all alone on A, most likely to save. I mean, I don't know if you definitely don't attempt that retake unless you're really feeling it. You know what I mean?
And it's come down to this retake multiple times. They haven't even tried it once. They haven't even probed it once, but it's definitely not going to be the time you have an op and an AK to work with. It's too valuable of weapons and too little manpower to retake this site, especially at this stage in the Inferno game. We're about halfway through the half. Moving towards the latter half, you need to find some rounds here, or it is not a good CT half. We're looking at an Inferno that kind of finds its way right in the middle these days. It's less CT side than it was. However, you really want to leave with above a 7-5 half here.
Yeah, well, and especially on the CT side, right? Like, you could argue that Inferno is a CT-sided map. And
it is, definitely.
If you're the Czars, then you will need to just win these rounds out, just grind them out, and they decide that they will take attack timeout, which is a wise decision. Talk about it just a little bit more, especially because look at the money. It's like you've got my rival with an op, but no one else. Like, do you buy here? Sinky can drop 1, but that's about it. Do you force it up? Do you just decide to, play it safe maybe? Decide to see what you can get with my rival on the op and then back it up and, just hopefully they don't hit the site with the op and overwhelm you. Or the ideal situation, they hit the site with the op and then my rival just goons them all. But we will see. They decide to more or less force into it. 2 MP9s, 2 rifles, so definitely a doable round here for the Czars, and the mid-util comes out for the Gloop Troop. It's some great map control for them, but speaking of map control, look at Manafart all the way up. Cade saw that. Can definitely communicate, yo, we need to speed this up on the A hit. They're already down banana. And that is exactly what they decide to do. Pig out the apps. Already taking contact from Sinky and Meatwad with 1 apiece. Meatwad upgrades to the M4A1S. Star and House with a reply. Limit Tester from behind gets 1. Trades back and forth. And as the action slowly settles, House and Star versus my rival and Limit Tester. My rival coming in through the arch side. Star in pit. House in the back of this site. Limit Tester in the apps. Things go quiet. Limit Tester sees House, does some damage, but House shooting my rival through the smoke. But Limit Tester out of the apps will get both of them and will secure a 4th for the Czars. Great play by Limit Tester, getting 3 in the round there.
Round from Limit Tester. I mean, I have to say, Gloop Troop was definitely not expecting to take it from behind, getting limit tested by the Limit Tester himself, and I was surprised to see that no one was really watching lane there. I mean, you're down so low on numbers. He rotated back into apps to attack from another angle, and it was just really perfection from Limit Tester. Seems like he found the limit.
Absolutely. 8 and 5. One of the shining spots here for the Czars. And so we'll have to see, Mike, what is the reply from the Gloop Troop? Cool half by Dr. Doom. Look at that. Fast up B. Can't get anything done, though, unfortunately. The rest of their team, though, behind Mike. Wow.
Yeah, if your name's not House, you're not walking on the B. That's what I've learned so far here is Limit Tester poses a valiant hold. Seems like we're switching things up just a little bit, but look at this rotation. Might be a bit of an oversight. However, it is playing it safe. You've re-smoked your banana. You have control, but turns out the T's are already in alt mid. And here we have Sinky, who had a forward position. Has now left it. He's read it perfectly. He's thrown down a smoke, and all he has to do now is buy a little bit more time. As these T's are trying to make some sort of play, some sort of idea to win this round. As another rotation comes back to A, they've read it completely. They don't even have the information. They've left my rival alone with the op in a spot where he can really only get one kill on B. So it's actually been a perfect play. It's been a great gamble stack, which is a pretty popular play here on Inferno, especially in high tier play. But look at this. They're starting to read, hey, there's not a lot going on. This is coming down to the final moments. It's going to be a 2v3 no matter what happens here. And this bomb is coming ever so closer to this B site. No smoke to stop them. And ladies and gentlemen, this is it. 15 seconds on the board. A flash comes through. They're completely stopped up and dry. A missed stop shot from my rival will seal his fate. Limit Tester finds one and decides to play the time, but he has to stick the plan. Limit Tester trying to find one through. Just 8 health. He has to get the job done, but alert through the smoke could meet his demise. Cade in such a vulnerable position. No one holding his church as Limit Tester's trying to take as much space as possible. Cade finds Limit Tester, swings out for the trade, and it's going to be another round for the Xenon Czars. Limit Tester holds fast. My rival's missed op shot doesn't mean anything when you got a player like Limit Tester to hold the line.
Yeah, and Meatwad cleaning up the last two at the end there to secure the round. Also now trying to punch into this game a little bit. So you can see the, scoreboard there. It's a little bit more spread for the Czars than over on the Gloop Troop side. But regardless, both teams having some great rounds and also having some not so great rounds as the Gloop Troop. They are on a save so that they can full buy into the last. But we've seen what the pistols can do already on the Big Slime side. So what will this 3A hold be able to do? Meatwad, that's a great grenade kill onto House. One of the top fraggers for the Gloop Troop already out of the round, and Cade as well. But Pig having some great impact in this match and again in this round here. 1 HP but 1 kill on the Tech 9. And it's 1 HP and a dream for Pig. Can you get this kill onto Manafart? Make some noise. Oh, it is the lowest player.
That is a great reposition.
Czars.
That takes a lot of self-control.
Oh, it was so close.
I thought it was going to happen.
Manafort actually walked into the crosshair. Wow. Well, all right. So, really close. Xenon Czars, I just want to throw this really quickly out there. Xenon Czars with as many rounds as they had in their loss to DRG. So, good improvement from last Thursday. No doubt looking to continue it here in round 12. And Gloop Troop looking to tie it up as they will finish their T side.
And I mean, we're looking at a 6-5 scoreline here, an absolute barn burner of a game in the making. This Limit Tester is really pushing the limit here, peeking through barrels. He's done it so many rounds now, taking so much util damage. Manafart on a raised position on the boost, trying to find anything here. These smokes have been so prevalent as now House is clearing. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. All you had to do was shoot him. Oh, wow. Meatwad barely making it out with low health, and Dr. Doom falls because of the decision-making. It's not looking good for the Gloop Troop. They have not found the space required. A flash completely takes Manafart's position out of contention, but here's Limit Tester with a nade, walking up completely unafraid of the idea that Cade could re-peek, and they're going straight through. They know exactly how they're playing. The smoke goes down, and now a 1v1 for Scythe. slowly getting moved away. Cade lurking through the smoke is such an interesting decision. He heard one go through church. The call had to have been there as Meatwad gets trapped out. Hops up on Coffin. Oh, wow. Wow. The game sense from Cade there is just phenomenal. He got into his close, and now a team that's too late to come help gets caught out, and they might actually be going for this. They might just go for this. A flash goes out. House on a race position, playing banana. A smart move, no doubt. I'm not really sure where that op shot was going. I wouldn't know unless my name's My Rival. He's now sitting in the molly. A solid peek out of Cade, and House shuts down Sinky. What a half.
What a half indeed. I mean, tied up, and if you look at the scoreboard, it's pretty tied for both teams outside of just maybe a couple of players. But regardless, look at that CT utility damage there. You love to see it. And now Gloop Troop, with their opportunity to be on the CT side, we'll have to see, can they have the same utility damage and success as the Czars? Looking to actually have better success than the Czars. Unless, of course, everybody out there is fans of overtime, which, I mean, look, I'm always a fan of more Counter-Strike, right? Yeah, like...
I'm the biggest. It means so much more on round 37. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
If you're not sweating by the end of the Counter-Strike game, I don't want it.
Right, and that's when both teams have 37, right? But
round 74 is what I meant.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But speaking of, oh my goodness, Sinky and Limit Tester just bursting out with 1 kill apiece onto this A site. They just wrapped around arches onto the site there. Pig and House not able to really get much done. Pig got 1, but that's about it. Now Cade and Dr. Doom on short. It's going to be Star from Library. Sees one little pit. But that's Limit Tester. What else can they do? Can they find the other kills? Star with 1. That's a great kill onto Meatwad. But Manafart and Limit Tester say no. That's all you're going to get. And the Czars win the pistol round here. Round 13.
And I gotta say, when I saw Star, I believe it was Star, take out that player on box, not sure which one it was, wasn't paying attention that deep, to be honest. I wish I was. However, when Star took out that player, I believed until about 2 seconds later when they got cleaned up. However, we're seeing a B stack here from Gloop Troop. Not the strongest CT side. They gave up the A push, went for the retake. It didn't work out. We got plenty more game on our hands here. Gloop Troop sitting B. Look how fast they're going through mid. This is an A hit through and through. Grabbing bomb. Gonna be main man Manafart. What a great name. Sinky knows he's down banana here. Swings out into multiple dinks coming through. This is not good. A great nade, though. Look at that nade. Doesn't exactly find the damage you would expect it to, but look at these pistols. They found a lot more impact than one would expect. We're looking at a 3v4. But a 3v4 with a player at 25. This is not what you want. And in fact, if I was the IGL of Gloop Troop, I would call it. Let's go for this, guys. We got 1 low. So a little bit of heroics could bring this back from the brink. So now Meatwad is sitting in a position where he could get caught in the timing, and they're going to pass each other. This has opened up this round into contention, and this could be a complete economy upset for the Xenon Czars. Look at this. Limit Tester in a phenomenal spot. My Rival starts to clean it up, and it falls apart at the britches. They've fallen. I
mean, there was potential there. High potential. You saw the idea. They read it correctly. And I mean, that timing in CT, but unfortunately for the Gloop Troop, just not working out. Now they will have the weapons though, so we'll have to see what can they get done. Will they have the same success as Gas did? At least I think it was. Yeah, it was Gas on the CT side. As soon as they got the guns out, they won a couple rounds in a row. So will the Gloop Troop have the same success? It's not looking likely so far. Manafart and Limit Tester with 1 each in the round. Meatwad going to push this advantage, but Cade with the MP9 will at least get 1. That last player getting $900. Pig with a headshot onto Manafort. It looks like they might go for this. Maybe, potentially, Dr. Doom with a kit. Limit Tester and Sinky low. Pig gonna get opped by My Rival. That's the full HP player. And My Rival just gonna secure it. They make it look easy. And Xenon Czars pulling ahead here in this second half already on their T side. Now the question is, what do you do if you're the Gloop troop here? Do you, I mean, you have to save, right? Interesting.
Well,
Pig buying the scout.
You have to save other than a scout, and we've seen some pretty crazy moves with the scout. I wouldn't be surprised if Pig, based on what we've seen, could get one, but that smoke is thrown by the CTs, and it doesn't help the CTs. Look at that. They pop up in the smoke. Look at the damage out of that nade from Banana. They're going straight through the P250, trying to hit its mark. Now only one player left on Banana. Fast rotation coming through. They could actually meet him here as that smoke goes down. House has to go huge here. It's so risky. You would hope that it could not be done. Look at that. And it's he practically put the barrel of that thing in young Star's mouth there. That is just absolutely tragic, and this is falling apart. Pig needs to arguably save the scout, but you bought it. You better make it work. And with Manafort going down, you might just have some hope. As he's watching quad, saw the leg. He had to have seen the leg. Look at that. Little jitter peaks. Something.
3 players are one shot here for the scout.
Oh, and when you duck right under it, it's just absolutely tragic as Dr. Doom makes the executive decision. Yeah, not worth it.
It's a smart one.
10-6.
And gas, clearly gassed up here on this T side. My goodness.
Wonder what the observer's drawing there.
I think that was like the bomb exploding.
Okay.
Outward. The shock waves. Reverberating through the big slime Gloop troop with nothing here so far on this CT side.
I hate to say it, Aatrax. What was the score of the last Gloop troop, Inferno?
No, it was gas. It was gas.
It was gas. Okay, so they're turning the narrative on its back. Okay,
yep.
All right.
They have improved their Inferno. Either that or Gloop troop not as good as DRG. I'll leave that for someone who actually knows what they're talking about to say. But My Rival gets one even blind, and I think that's damage onto another. But it doesn't matter because the Xenon Czars have secured A. Dr. Doom, the only one left here. Gonna hear the bomb though. Meatwad could get timing. Nope, sinking here. Oh,
the timing!
Oh my goodness, that's awkward. That's a little bit awkward. You don't expect him to come peeking out a boiler like that. Yeah, you have to. Two kits.
It's
Star.
A.
I understand why Star is wary. 18 HP. Doesn't want to get naded or anything like that. And I mean, they know you're here.
Look at that nade. Oh my.
Time ticking down. I believe already half. Yep, that nade's going to take Star out. And yeah, I think now you can save. Just save the 2 rifles. Your economy sucks. And
I mean, they have full loss bonus, so I'm actually not sure about the decision.
I want to see what it is. I'm willing to bet that one person is going to be on an SMG.
It'll be House.
Maybe Star too.
Pick and buy House.
Well, I guess Star could buy just like no arm or no head armor, and maybe like a FAMAS. But yeah, take a tack time out and talk about this because, and I mean, Mike, we should talk about this too. Like, what do you think Gloop Troop should do here? This is
fundamentally
not looking good.
They're losing sight because I mean, take a look at Apps, for example. They took A, and where were both of the players on CT? There were 2 alive on A, right? Where were both those players? Do you remember? That was round 16. Both players, that was last round. Last round, both players were all the way through in alt mid. So you have 2 players on A that are abandoning the site. They're finding a hole through mid every round, and yet not once have I seen just a utility hold. I mean, we haven't seen a smoke up mid. They have apps. They've had apps multiple rounds in a row, but once they have control of apps, they're not getting rid of, like, they're not pushing for any information. And what they are getting is they're just leaving an undefended A site. That's happened twice now. So I mean, they're holding B. It's happened multiple times. When they do lose B, it's because of stuff like this. Cade dry peeking, no util. I mean, there might have been a flash there, but you have a banana control smoke. You have a deep mid control smoke. They haven't played deep mid one time. You just lost a guy mid for no reason. So, I mean, you asked me, what are you supposed to do as Gloop Troop here? Definitely not that.
You just, all right, so if you're Gloop Troop, you just got to click
You
head.
take a timeout and you take a timeout and
They
you
have another one?
don't do that, pretty much. I mean, yeah,
Oh,
you got
I think they have one more. I think they have one more timeout here. They've actually taken an astonishing amount of timeouts.
They have taken a good amount, and you can't blame them. At a 6-11 scoreline, you'd hope that they are taking timeouts because they have taken a lot of saves too, and they aren't working. You're saving, but keep in mind, this is a perfect round. Not a single member of the Xenon Czars has passed away this round, which, you know, I mean, you just took a timeout. You're supposed to be finding impact here. So it leaves a lot to be desired as we enter match point, what could be the ultimate round of this game in play as of right now. And Aatrax, it's tough to say, but you got to make major changes, or you have to have a show of force, a show of momentum to try and stop this, to build back the morale of your team, or this is over.
Yeah, especially, I mean, after going 6-6, right? Like, tying the first half, and now you have literally nothing in the second half so far, anyways, unless they start doing something here, but it's looking pretty much over. Gas trying. Oh, that's a great way to start. That's some nade damage and some nade kills. Star with 2.
And this is actually a good indicator that you can lurk out of apps. But look, you have a player rotating over to B. You have one player to stop any sort of movement. Yeah, you cleared mid, but you don't know how deep in mid they could be. So this is a huge oversight. Look at this from House, though. He finds my rival. That's actually huge. This round is in contention for the Gloop Troop here, finally putting a little bit of pressure on the table for the Xenon Czars. And this is, I mean, this is a complete turn of events. We actually have a round in the making here. We have great util usage up mid, but to be honest with you, the game plan from Xenon Czars, we've seen util down banana every single round. So why this round do we decide to rush on the final round of the game? Or what could be?
Well, maybe you could say a little bit of quote-unquote overconfidence. Like, yo, we're on match point. Let's just, like, run it. Not necessarily run it down, but let's apply the pressure. Let's try and increase the pace. Let's run it up a little bit. But Gloop Troop, this is, I mean, it's where you want to start one round at a time. And not to really put a spotlight too much on anybody, but Dr. Doom could be doing just a little bit more in this game. I don't. Maybe they're the shot caller.
I didn't want to say it.
They're well, look. You never know who the IGL is.
Even
I mean, I guess that's our
you
job.
You don't want your IGL. You do not want your IGL with 38 ADR.
Unless your IGL is hooked. No, I'm just kidding.
Even in if I was a contender team, if I was a prospect team, I would not be happy with anybody on my team putting up. No. I mean, we're at round 19. That's 3 kills in 19 rounds, right?
20.
So
I think we're on 20.
Sorry, we're on round 20, but nothing's happened yet other than my rival getting absolutely clapped. And look at this boost.
That's what you want to see if you're. Oh, okay.
Big fan of this boost. Big fan of this boost.
Okay, I'm happy that it happens at elite level too. Like, someone clipped that one. That's hilarious.
Look at this boost.
Mana fart. Do you expect it? Can't adjust. Stars
another trap.
But now they know that it's a boost.
And Limit's playing so far ahead. I love watching this guy play. Let me tell you. Listen, I hate the glaze. I really do. But let me watch this guy play every day because he knows what he is doing. Aatrax takes advantage of every situation. His positioning, stellar. This is an elite tier player. We're seeing it time and time again. I've gotten the pleasure to watch 20 rounds of this game, and not one round have I seen Dr. Doom replicate, insinuate he is capable of producing anything that Limit Tester has done in any round. No offense to Dr. Doom.
All right, you heard it here first from Mike.
Oh,
And now Gloop Troop trying to get
oh.
entries, but Sinky says no. And Limit Tester, the one you mentioned, ending 16, 6, and 9.
He may not have the most kills,
Nice.
Aatrax, but he has the most kills in my heart because what a
Uh,
performance from Limit Tester.
what a performance from the whole team, though. Xenon Czars, like, especially on that T side. Clearly, either Gloop Troop does not have a strong CT side together yet. Gas has a very strong T side, which I mean, we could argue because of their match on Thursday going 6-13 that, that's arguable just based on stats alone, right?
Yeah.
But that being said, Gloop Troop just showing b basically nothing on their CT side. Got something to work on your Inferno for sure, but, a great map. I mean, especially in the first half, great map, and, I mean, Mike, I'm curious to see overall, what did you think of that Inferno?
And to be honest, based on Gas's previous, specifically Xenon Star's previous showing in Inferno, it looked like that was going to be a struggle for them. We know that Gloop Troop, specifically the organization behind them, please remind me,
Big
the
Slime.
franchise. Yes, yes. Big Slime produces some pretty solid teams, right, across the board. That's at least what I've
Mhm.
noticed, especially last season. I believe they scored in the upper percentiles across each franchise group. But to be honest, I think we saw a weak showing from Gloop Troop in general. I mean, a 6-6 half on Inferno is arguably okay, right? It's okay. It's not great. It's not ideal either. You want more than a 6-6 half.
Mhm.
So something that they need to work on, something that we're gonna have to pay attention to in the future is not just their Inferno. It seems like they're lacking a lot in goodness me, the word is escaping my mind. Their regimen, yeah, their regimen, their plan. It doesn't seem to
Mhm.
me like they are set in stones with their procedure. And specifically, to give you an example of that, is take a look at what's going on their A side. I think their A side is possibly they're not communicating is what it seems like to me. They're leaving holes, they're leaving gaps, the times they're lurking isn't making sense, the information they're gathering off of the amount of people they're throwing into those lurks, the amount of times they lost that site. I mean, and then their B site, you have two players fighting for banana control, you're throwing smokes to fight for all the way deep, all the way to T ramp, but you're not pushing it. The smoke you are throwing is landing short, giving them space to walk up in cubbies. So, I mean, for me, the question becomes: does Gloop Troop need to have this as a map on their pool? And as of watching that, for me, Aatrax, I would say no. That's going to be a ban for me. I'm not sure what their insta ban is right now. From what I'm looking at, it looks like it's Dust 2, so they're not big Dust 2, and Dust 2 is a very aim heavy, just straight up dueling map, right? So if if they're trying to work off of maps where you're trying to work off of players that can duel, that can do the fighting and be consistent, I mean, Inferno is one of those maps where you have to have those set pieces and that element of entry and that element of teamwork and that element of dueling. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what the decision making process is behind there, but a great game nonetheless. That first half was a phenomenal watch. No slights towards the Ooze crew. No, or sorry, not the Ooze crew, the Gloop Troop. I think they played well in all things. They could have played better, obviously, but the better team at the end of the day took it, and that's going to be the boys Xenon Czars.
Yeah, well, and to your point, last week, Xenon Czars, they started on the CT, or excuse me, they started on the T side, and Orochi's going 5 rounds in a row to start off, so starting hot on the CT side, clearly Gas took that and learned from it because they posted 6 rounds in a row
True.
before Gloop Troop could get anything done on their CT side. So, shout out to Gas for showing some improvement, and
Well, it
hopefully
wasn't in a
Gloop
row.
Troop can do
Just to
the same.
clarify, it was not in a row. Was it in a row? Are you talking about this game, right?
Yeah, this game.
They didn't have. It wasn't 6-0.
Well, no, no, Gas, their T side,
Yeah.
because it was
Oh,
6-6,
oh,
then they
oh, oh! I
went
thought you said their CT
6 in
side.
a row.
I'm pretty sure you did at
No,
least.
Gloop Troop went
Got you. My
Yeah.
apologies. Yeah. So
Maybe
no,
I said
without
it
a
wrong.
doubt.
I That could be true. Either way, what I meant was that
No,
Gas
I got you.
had
I got you.
6 in a row on their T side, and they must have used or hopefully they used what they learned from last week against DRG because they did start on their T side. So showing some good improvement. And again, yeah, shout out to both of the teams. Mike, you got any closing remarks on this map
Yeah,
before
great.
we end?
I mean, I'm just excited to see the rest of the season. I hope you guys in chat and everyone a part of the CSC, the Counter Strike Confederation, is excited to see it as well. We had a great time tonight. At least I did. Aatrax Nexus was your observer. Be sure to send him praises and kisses. And also, I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys all watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And Aatrax, it's always a pleasure, man.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. Same with you, Mike. And if you're new out there, if you happen to stumble upon this and you enjoyed the good old Counter Strike that we had here, be sure to join the community, csconfederation.com or discord.gg/CSC. We would love to have you. There's all sorts of community events, even if you aren't or don't want to be on an actual team. There's throwback events, there's all sorts of other fun stuff, and there's pugs and 10 mans. You can always play Counter Strike here at the CS Confederation. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.